Welcome back, everyone. It was a great day yesterday for the portfolio. We'll share that a little bit to start your day out. Are we going to get a continuation? The shutdown down in D.C., the odds. Oh, I found a site that has all the different voting on where they believe the shutdown will end. I'm curious to see what you think. I was hopeful. I was hopeful out there that they could come to some kind of agreement this week or next week at the latest, but I found out that I am one of the few who believe they can get it done in the next 2 weeks. Wait till you see these numbers. It is mind-blowing. But, the Fed still meets this week. The Fed is going to cut their rates most likely on Wednesday. We're going to look at that. So that's a positive catalyst. But the government reopening, that's the big one. I think that's the one that takes us to the next level in terms of what you're going to see with crypto prices, XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, the four horsemen of my portfolio. They're carrying this thing. Are we going to continue the recent run, or is this now ready to stop? I hope not. So I'm going to look at the longer out candles. You guys know I talk about the weekly, the daily, sometimes even the minute candles. We haven't talked about the weekly candles on the four horsemen in a while. We need to look at that because it's eye-opening. Wait till you see what we bounced off of, and it's normally a good sign. For those who are not in, I'm going to be trading live today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Get in there with me. You guys want to see what I do with the zero DTEs? This is it. Tomorrow, we got the Fed doing their announcements, but today, is it tomorrow? No, is it the 29th? Let's take a look. I can look real quick. Yeah, the 29th. That's Wednesday. So there you go. Trading, what we got going on. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll go from there. But today, I'm going to be trading live at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You guys can get in there, join with the membership. First link down below. Boom! Earner tier, get you in there. Earner tier, get you in there so you can watch me. Code FALL50, or it should be right at checkout. You get it for $25 then. But it is 50% off. Boom, right there. Take advantage of it. And, of course, the webinar is available. I teach for an hour in that webinar, no cost. How to learn the technicals. Second link down below. Now, let's go ahead and talk. You guys saw what happened yesterday. This is where we ended up yesterday. I think it was like 58 when I did the video. Ended up 57.4. We'll take it. Did in positions. You guys can freeze the video if you'd like to see what I'm in on there in the stocks. Crypto did their thing. Great green day across the board. But is that going to continue? Or are we going to give some back? That gets us into what I thought we need to look at when it comes to the government shutdown. I know a lot of people out there are suffering. I can tell you, I remember growing up where I grew up. My dad worked at a factory, and they'd have recessions, and he'd lose his job. He'd get laid off. And that was rough times. When you don't have a paycheck coming in, you don't want to lose food. And that's the one thing, man. And so I know there's a lot of families out there hurting. Hopefully they can get this thing solved. We'll see. What are the odds of them solving it? That was what I wanted to bring up. Because I believe, not just because people want to eat, but as they get back to work and they're spending this money again because they're funding everything, that money flows through the economy. And that means the riskier assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of them, they start to get a little benefit, not just from the Fed, but all this cash. So I thought they could have a good shot of some kind of verbal agreement by the end of this week or next week at the latest. Look at what I got right here. Put that together. Only 20% of people agreed with me that it would be done by next week. I would have thought it would have been over 50%. I was actually shocked. So I talked about this in my last video. And I thought, I wonder what the actual odds are. And so I did some research and I found some of this. By the next 3 weeks, it does run up to about 43%, roughly 43%. Yeah, something's not right here with these numbers, though. They're off a little bit. That's 62% plus the 43%. That makes 105%. Now, I'm an old math teacher, so trust me, I catch these things. But 50% of people believe it'll happen after November 16th, which you guys know Turkey Day's coming. It's my favorite holiday of the year. It's when everybody gets together. We got that old turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing. Oh man, just throwing that gravy on that stuffing. Man, is that good? I'm getting hungry for that already. But, put it all out there, and this is what I found right here. So there you go. Now, that leads us into, we got the Fed rate cut coming, like I said. So as we look at this, and yes, I got to tell you, you look at the weekly candle on XRP, a little bit of red. You had this testing of the 50 EMA here. And when you're looking at this 50 EMA, you're going to see something that just sticks out to me. You have the announcement of the 100% tariff on China, which took us down here. We were trading nicely with a stock mode unicorn in the making, ready for takeoff, and then that announcement. It takes us back to like they did in April. We had a recovery, but not before you had this deleveraging event all the way down to $1.77 roughly. And then from there is pushed back up, retested the 50 EMA the next week. Then we go to last week, retesting on the 50 EMA again. And so 3 weeks in a row, the 50 has held, and now you finally get the bull stepping back in. We're starting out this week, a little bit of a doji here. We're going to see if this thing can start to run or not. The 5 EMA is acting as that resistance right now, pushed up to it, didn't break it, pushed up to it, got back down below. So we're going to see if we can take that out on the weekly candle. Now, they're still waiting for the Fed to cut rates. They're still waiting for the government to open. And right now, based off of what I showed you, it doesn't look like they're going to be opening anytime soon. What's the worst case scenario on this? Well, just say it goes up to November 12th pass. It's like people believe there's like a 60% chance it could get to that point or more. Well, folks, that's a long wait. That's what, 3 weeks from now? But when they do open it, when they finally get to the point that they open it up and that money starts flowing again, people are getting paychecks, that big amount of cash starts to get paid out, that's good for the markets. But until then, and it's not like this is going to last forever. We know it's not going to last forever. The government has to open up eventually. And it's just a question of who's going to win, left or right on this. I'm not here to talk about that. And how much money is spent, saved, whatever. And of course, we don't want to see the damage to everybody take too long. Because then it does start to affect the economy, the markets, and everything else in a really significant bad way. So we don't want to see that. And right now, as you can see, I think the markets are just waiting. They're just waiting to see how things go. Go over to Ethereum. We're going to do all 4 of them here. And get into Ethereum. You see very much the same thing. You have this testing down below 3 weeks in a row. And we finally push back up. And look where we're at. We're right here at this resistance. It hit up there, and now right there, you're at that 41.30 something line right here. We're going to see if we can hold that and push back above the main resistance I had here. I had a line here for this 42.20 roughly. We got above there and then back down. And that's the concern I have. Is this a 5 EMAs going to be the big time resistance, or are we actually going to run on that? Move over to Bitcoin. We take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin still a little bit green today, or I should say this week. And we're back above both the 13, the 5. We got the resistance that I've been watching at 115.4. Now we're back down to 114.6. Not a good way to finish so far, or I should say start the week. We had a nice run up. Everybody was excited. I was excited. The money was flowing, and it pushed back down. So what we need to do is retest that 115, roughly 5, break above there, and then you got the next line in the sand is 117. So we had a chance, I think it was yesterday, we got up there. But we still are above the 13 and 5. So as long as we're staying in this zone, I'm all right until we can break out. Move over to Solana. You guys know I got a big position in Solana as well. Very much the similar situation. I gave you guys the line in the sand, which is 200. And when you look at 200, you can see the triple weeks of coming off the 50 EMA. Hey, it's over. Oh, hey, it's over. Oh, hey, it's over. Oh, maybe it is this time. And so you might get a little consolidation, then take off. So a lot of things happening out there in terms of the overall crypto markets and, of course, the catalyst. How good's it going to be? How bad's it going to be? Are we going to run? Are we not going to run? I will say it again. I have been watching. For me to confirm and get out, just to warn everybody, because I always have an exit strategy. Now, the exit strategy on when we're running up, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that. That's when we break the all-time highs or the near-time highs. We get up there. And for me, when we start getting it back above 240, 250, I see where we are in all the technicals, the fundamentals. Are we going to explode up to 3, 4? I don't know. But at that time, I could start making decisions. I move my stop losses up, and I try to start locking in some of those gains. For Ethereum, that's the big one where I have most of my money. Of course, you guys can see what I'm shooting for up here. I would like to see 5K. We get me up to 5K. Now we're talking business. Right now, this is looking like a stock mo unicorn coming off the 13 EMA. I need to see this thing rip higher, and then I'll be able to sleep nice at night with all these gains keeping me warm. If you have not done it, get into the Discord. Like I said today, I will be live stream trading. 2 o'clock Eastern. First link down below. Use Fall 50, which you guys can see right here. Come over here, sign up. It should be automatic at checkout. You shouldn't even need to put the code in. But if you do need to put the code in, go ahead. Save 20% off an annual membership. This is the best deal we've had. This takes it down to a little over $1 a day to be in a Discord packed with expert traders, the 36 learning lessons, thousands of members, the BreadBot alerts, the BreadBot charts, all of this and more. Get in there today, folks. That's it. That's the update. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.